I just think, I look at this field, and you take someone like Assemblyman Tague, who's probably a nice guy, but he comes from a county south of Schenectady, Schoharie County. Nobody knows him. People think this is an R+9 district, but with an unknown candidate, if the Democrats come in here with your Lisbon farmer there, you don't know what could happen.
He's an unknown candidate once you get outside of St. Lawrence County, right?
Well, he is, but
starting at the same playing field.
Of course, TV. I mean, that's why Constantino's doing TV, because he wants to be known everywhere, and everything. I think I got a theory, because I've been reading all the papers from out east. Tague's name gets mentioned a lot, and Liz Joy gets mentioned a lot.
Liz has run twice in the 20th.
Yeah.
So now she's going to flip over and run in the 21st.
Do you know anything about her?
What's that?
Do you know her? I've
never met the lady. No, I don't. But that's what's happening. It's either going to be someone trying to buy this campaign like Cosentino. And I think if your listeners listened to his interview yesterday, my son and I listened to it this morning, I think that case is closed on that.
Mm-hmm.
Liz Joy's run twice unsuccessfully already in the 20th. Now she wants to run in the 21st.
Yeah, so is Doheny.
It's going to fly with members.
Yeah.
Matt, I love him to death, but I think he's going to have the same issues. And I still can recall when he announced for the Senate race, 48 hours later decided he wasn't going to do it.
So, yeah, I remember. That was that was weird.
Those will be in a commercial, I'll guarantee you. Those
and some of the other names you hear, the guy from Troy, McLaughlin, I don't think he's in it. Some guy from Rome, I read in the paper the other day, Rutkowski, I never heard of him. I think there's some people who just think they can go out on their front step and say, I'm running, and they're not.
Absolutely. And what I'll do is match my record, is basically what the Trump agenda is trying to do right now.
Yeah.
They're going to control spending. They're going to look at government efficiency. And I would love to jump on board with that agenda.
So just to review, the way this works, assuming Stefanik is confirmed as UN ambassador, she would resign. Governor Hochul has 10 days to call the primary or to call the election.
And then 70 to 80 days.
Right. So probably I'd say you're looking at May 1st.
If she takes it right off the bat. Now I'm hearing rumblings that her vote's crucial for some of these agendas right off the bat, so she may stick it out a little while longer.
Yeah.
Is that the case? I don't know, but I have heard that. So.
Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that, but, I would think she'd want to get, if you're UN ambassador, they give you a nice New York City apartment to live in, so it's not a bad gig. Not a bad gig.
Yep. And like I said, I think the world of Elise, we've been supporters of Elise since day one, since she came to the district, and she's represented as well. So, and God bless her in her future endeavors for sure. She'll be good. She'll make us proud.
But you think?
I love what I've watched on television with Trump. I think he's out of the gate. They can't keep track of him. He's just flying. He's going to get this stuff done, and I just would love to be part of that agenda. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I mean, I've been watching him on TV carefully this way. He's down in North Carolina as we speak and doing what amazes me is how I get tired by 5 o'clock every day, but he just keeps going. And,
he's like, did you watch him on Monday? Can you honestly say that Monday wasn't the most proudest days as an American?
Oh, it was great.
One of the most proudest days.
Great television. Yeah. It was, fun to watch. And
the energy of that man up and down the stairs from here to there, 3 balls at the end, God bless it. And anyone that wasn't proud, you're not going to change them. Okay. They're going to be the way they are and you're not going to change them. But everyone you talk to feels the momentum, feels the enthusiasm. And I just love to be a part of it. So.
Well, I don't blame you, and I appreciate your enthusiasm. And best of luck on the trail. Keep us posted, okay?
I will. I was going to stop by day before yesterday. My son and I were down in Syracuse for the meeting, and I was going to swing by. I don't know if you're there in the afternoons or not. But.
Yeah, I'm always there in the mornings, but sometimes in the afternoons. But yeah, feel free to stop by. A lot of candidates like. One of the first places Elise Stefanik came to, and Tenney, was the Pearl Street Pub. It's very, it's a very good omen to be there.
And Pete's too. I
Pete's, you got to go to Pete's. Yeah.
On down at Pete's. Yeah.
Those are you got to hit those.
A little
places.
bit difference is it's not really a lot of my district now.
Yeah, I know. That's too bad. I wish
the mountains but it's a huge district. There's a lot of work involved with this, but I've got a team assembled that's ready to stand behind me and do it. So.
Okay, well, that's great. And you're doing a great job. And we appreciate you calling in, Mr. Chairman, and good luck on the trail, okay?
Well, thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. You have a good day. All right, that's St. Lawrence County Legislature Chair David Forsyth, and he's running, seeking the Republican nomination for Congress in NY21, along with some other people who we mentioned, some we did mention, and some I can't keep track of them all, but I think I mentioned the key players. I think it comes down, well, I don't know. I'm not going to sit there. I shouldn't say that. What's my opinion worth? I don't live in the district, and I'm just a radio talker. Yeah. So if others have opinions, they can call in. Hey, let's do a break. We'll be back with more in a moment.
This is the News and Talk Authority, AM 1240, WATN.
AM 1240, WATN, and good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, how are you today?
Good.
Good. I think if I look back, if memory serves me right, I might be wrong, but wasn't it kind of years ago in the situation like with Elise Stefanik, that the governor would make another Republican appointee, or if it was a Democrat, there would be a Democrat appointee?
No, that's not how it works. In 2009.
Wasn't that way years ago? Or?
No, it never was. For a lot of times with your local yokel town boards or city councils, they have an informal agreement to do that. They don't have to.
Yeah.
But in this case, the governor can, in 2009, when McHugh became Secretary of the Army,
right,
they called, the governor then called, I believe it might have been Cuomo, I don't know who, called the special election by law. And as you recall, the Republicans in a backroom deal nominated Deidre Scozzafava, the assemblywoman.
Yeah.
Doug Hoffman was running as a conservative party. This is back in the early days of the Tea Party movement.
Right.
And Bill Owens, the Democrat, it looks like a congressman out of Central Casting. I mean, he's a good guy, was running. So it was a three-way race. Scozzafava got 5% of the vote, and, Owens won fairly narrowly, but he did win.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's how that came down. But, it's an open election. So this one will be an open election.
Right.
Are you in that district?
No.
Yeah, you're in the other one. But
right. No, but what I wanted to get my opinion out on, I listened to Danny Francis and his rhetoric, and I said, I said to my wife, I said, that man is to be pitied.
Mm-hmm.
To go on with the dribble that he went on after 4 years of inept leadership by the White House, I don't know where he's coming off, but I think he better start selling pencils on the square.
Well, I don't know about that. Danny's a nice guy.
I mean, there's no sense having dribble like that.
Well, he's a true believer, and we got to respect him for that. I like Danny, so.
Well, well, that's your opinion. My opinion, he's an idiot. But
oh, come on. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Much.
All right. Thank you. We don't want to say that about the Hotline family. You know what I mean? We disagree. Sorry, 755-1240. Oh, getting back to what he was saying. Some of these candidates, and again, there was Alex over at the Times wrote a nice article the other day talking about this bifurcation between the old North Country part of the district wanting someone from up here and the new and more populous Saratoga to Mohawk Valley part of the district. So, because remember, the North Country district used to have all of Jefferson and all of St. Lawrence, and that's not true anymore. So anyway, some of these other people, these state legislators, I hate to say this is what Trump would say, and I hate to use the word, but they're stiffs. They're stiffs, really. I mean, there's nothing energizing about them. That's why I think, if I had to guess right now, it'll either be some kind of deal, there'd be a deal and a rapprochement between Doheny and Stefanik that would allow him to get it, because he's working the behind the scenes thing, or it'll be Liz Joy, and she she and Doheny both meet the criteria. They've either been in office or run before, so they know how to run. They have access to money. She's good at fundraising. He obviously is a self-funder. And, but I think in the end, if you look at Liz Joy and the candidacy she has an association with Stefanik. Stefanik formed that super PAC, remember, to promote women candidates. And Liz Joy is just the type of woman candidate that I think Stefanik would want to promote. I'm just guessing. And we don't know much about it because this doesn't play out in Watertown because we're just outside the district, but it is of interest here. We all know at least Stefanik and like her, but our voice here on the hotline certainly reaches the 21st district. So that's kind of how I look at it. I think it's probably between those two. And, everybody says Assemblyman Chris Tague, and I'm sure he's a nice man, but he just looks like every other Republican assemblyman from upstate, I don't know, a stiff. I mean, that's just the way there's nothing there that's gonna, and you get into a race where there's a newer and younger candidate on the other side. Yes, the Republican's the overwhelming favorite, but I don't think there's a guarantee. Again, I'm going to say what I said before. The people who think it's a Republican guarantee are the same ones who, when Jim Wright got out of the Senate, said, "Oh, young Will Barkley, he'll easily be Albertine," and they were wrong. Remember when they called him young Will? That's something that prep school people called. And then Ted Ford coined the phrase, the Barkley lad. I think that's what did him in that year. And he's a great guy. I've met him. I like him. He's a minority leader. Good for him in the assembly. But there you go. Hey, let's do a break. We'll be back with more in a moment. Depend on it, indeed. There's a funny article in the Sun. That's one of the tabloids about the U.S. takeover of Greenland and all of that. And they found some member of a Danish member of the European Parliament named Anders Vistisen. He publicly said F off in response to, who are you, buddy? You don't talk to our president that way. We're taking it. Yeah, we're taking it. Not going to hurt anybody in doing it. Those 57,000 people would love to be Americans. They'd love it. Yeah. So, Denmark. Geez. Remember in 1940, they folded quicker than a cheap suit, I'll tell you. They didn't last long. And I think they were still occupied right up till the end of the war, along with Norway. So, I mean, come on, man. We're taking it. So, 755-1240 is the phone number if you'd like to give us a call to be on the show today. I'll give you $10 if you tell me who's running the meme page. Is that a bribe? I don't know. I hope not. Now, when I read the paper this morning and they quoted Councilman Olney saying that he's a person of interest, I find Glenn Curry to be an interesting person. Are you a person of interest also?
No one's taken my phone yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. 755.
I was just saying if they were going through like Ben Schoen's phone, they probably found a lot of chicks' numbers.
Oh, would you stop? My goodness gracious.
Well, hey, he's a good-looking guy.
Dr. Kimball, he had nothing to do with any of this, and they're checking out his phone.
Yeah, I mean, the doctor. I mean, who knows? And family pictures and all that stuff.
Right. It's too much power, though. Way too technology's gotten.
Yeah, is that thing on?
Scary stuff.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay, yeah, it's working now.
So anyway, I just wanted to come in and say great job with David Forsythe. Yeah,
I thought he was very nice, and
I like how he says, this boy,
yeah. Yeah, and then he banged at Doheny a little bit, too. I mean,
isn't that politics? You would do the same.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking bad about it.
I think it's between Liz Joy and Doheny, in my opinion. And I don't even know Liz Joy.
Well, you know enough about her.
She's quite fetching, yeah. She's fetching, yeah. Yeah, that.
Or 50-something-year-old woman.
Yeah, I don't know how old she is. I didn't ask her, but, I don't really even know. I don't know how to get a hold of her, but, it says in the Times Union, which is more influential than I am, she's a front runner. So
well, let me ask the question: was it because the district changed? Is that why she's in the 21st and she's in the 20th? Is that
no? She lives in Schenectady County. She's just outside. But a lot of these candidates run in a different district.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, they can get an apartment over in Gloversville or some place like that, or some god awful place like that.
And who could get Miss Collins? We haven't forgotten her.
Yeah, Paula Collins. Yeah, the cannabis attorney. Yeah, boy, it's just what we need.
Cannabis for the best of them. Yeah. And also, I reached out once again to Genderbean. Is that his name?
Blake Genderbean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get a hold of him?
I've called twice now, and
Yeah, that's not very good,
Well, I mean, no, maybe
they should be reaching out to us. We're influential. I don't think there's any other talk shows from here to in the rest of the district. I hate to say that.
I mean, maybe Glens Falls, but
yeah, well, and probably something out of Albany, but that's
public radio too.
Yeah, they're out there. Yeah. Right. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Got a call. Thank you. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hey, Mayor. How are you today?
Good. Thank you.
When you spoke to the candidate on the phone, he seemed nice, but I tell you, when you spoke to the candidate the other day, he talked over you the same as he talked over Glenn the whole time. And it was as though he wanted to explain to you and to Glenn, there's this new thing called the internet. I just kind of found that as kind of off character for someone who's running for a position.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's trying to make himself known throughout the district because that's part of running. That's why he's doing all those commercials. I really don't know what the inner workings are of the Republican Party, and I've never been into the bowels of the party to see how they operate.
Well,
but
he did have a big Trump sign, and Trump
that's a plus.
Him thanked him for it. So,
he's a
that's
Trumper.
Cool.
He's a Trumper.
Yeah.
And
but so is 60% of the population. So I guess that's not as big a thing as it once was.
Yeah, well, who do you...
Go ahead.
Who do you think's going to get the Republican nomination?
Well, that's funny you should ask. At the beginning of the show, you started to say who you thought, and then you go, no, I better not say that. Not that I'm anyone, but I could change it. And then by the end of the show, you've said over and over, I'd love to see Doheny just because he's local, and... That's
the big plus for him, yeah.
Tied to the North Country. So without a doubt, I don't know if he will, but I would put my vote that way. That's the way I think it should go. So... that's my opinion, but I don't have any information on it. This is a very hard thing to track. I don't know how it is.
It's very difficult because so much of it's behind the scenes, and, but on the other hand, there's a big plus to him. He's a smart guy. He knows this area. He's run before. He can self-fund. He knows Canada and the Seaway and those type of issues. So there's a lot of pluses with him. I mean.
Well, and he's known to be the smartest man in the room, which is a plus, so that's kind of a good thing. So, maybe he can get in there, and that's what I would think would be, the North Country's best interest. Hey, on a local thing, and I'll let you go.
Yeah.
This whole clip thing, I still think is a whole lot of nothing. It's just, it's gone on and on and on for so long, and I think it's kind of hit a peak now. But the funny thing you said that kind of regards it, you wanted to bribe someone $10 to find out who the meme page is. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. I don't want to know because I don't want to take the mask off Batman. You know what I mean? I don't want to pull off the fake beard on Santa Claus. I like all those things going on. Meme page's pretty informative, and I think it's going to continue to be informative unless somehow their cover was blown and whoever's doing this, it's got to be more than one person just because there's a lot of content on there, and it kind of seems like smart content.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
It does. It's very well done. It's funny in many cases and all of that. Hey, listen, I got to run.
Hey, one more thing. When callers call in and you're having phone problems
I don't have any phone problems. Listen, I got to run. I've got to run. Thank you. I know. Okay. Good afternoon. You're on the air. You got 10 seconds. Hello? Okay. The idea is you call a talk show and you talk. And I cut that poor other guy off. Now I'm out of time. Is there some...
The developer gave the Flat Earth guy $1,000 for the...
okay. Right? All right. I don't know about that. Anyway, we'll get to all of that Monday. There's so much to digest and persons of interest. And, like I said, I'm not a person of interest, but I am an interesting person. So that's why you listen every day to America's favorite noontime talk show, isn't it? right here on this community broadcaster station. We are AM 1240 WATN. We're in Watertown, New York, and the time is 1 o'clock. CBS News is next. Have a great weekend.